So we've been out and about today. Haven't been out and about in a long time, it seems like, but I guess it's been over a month. We had to go grocery shopping and get propane. Last month we went grocery shopping and we got lots of sale items in the meat department. We go to a store called Save-A-Lot, and they always have a department where they've taken the old meat, I guess it's getting ready to expire or whatever, and they put it over into the sale section and knock a big price off of it. Well, last month we found a bunch of hamburger. It was like $1 a pound or something. I mean, it was ridiculously cheap. We basically filled up the freezer with that meat. But Save-A-Lot always has some sort of sale on meats, sausage or whatever. They always have this big hunk of ham too, you know, a 20-pound hunk or 10, 15 pound, and it's like $1.50 a pound. So we always get that as well. Now we were thinking about, are we going to get canning items? And we decided we weren't going to this time. We got plenty of canned food. Like we said in yesterday's video, I think it was yesterday's video, we're going to raise our chickens and we'll probably start canning them this year. We want to make sure we have enough jars. But if we find something really cheap and a lot of it, we'll go ahead and can that. We were talking yesterday, even though it's not FDA approved, that we might start canning milk. Carolyn gets canned milk occasionally. We don't use it that often because we can't refrigerate it, so we get canned milk. It's pretty expensive. But I was looking up yesterday, well, she actually looked it up, and I was following up her lookup with another lookup, and a lot of people can milk. So I think I'm going to go get a jug of milk. We'll can 10 pints of it, and on those special needs where we got to have milk, we can open up a pint of it. We want to make sure we have enough jars to do that. We didn't get any milk today. We decided that a nice day's coming and we have nothing better to do, we'll go over to Dollar General and pick up some milk. We bought everything that we needed to buy to fill the freezer. If we have anything left over, we bought these big hunks of pork for like $1.50 a pound, and we're going to can that. She's going to wait till the last to cut that up and put it in the freezer. If the freezer's too full, then we'll can it tomorrow. I'll go up to the gas station. They got really cheap ice at the gas station. I mean, it's really cheap, so it's not even adding to the cost that much by going up to the gas station and get the ice. So like I said, the last trip we spent $150. This time it was $175. So that's about a 15% increase in food cost. But like Carolyn said, the quality of the meat isn't as high. Like last time we got all that hamburger, this time we got ham and pork steaks. We've been eating this like spaghetti meatball thing almost every day. We got kind of used to it. It's a nice meal. She likes making it. I like eating it. But we didn't get any hamburger. So she did get, I don't know, probably 10 pounds of sausage. So she'll make the spaghetti with that. But it's not like the hamburger that we had. We were just overflowing in hamburger. Prices are going up, but I didn't see a real marketable price increase. I know a lot of people saying they can't find eggs. There was plenty of eggs where we were. Of course, we didn't buy any. We got plenty of eggs. Right now, we got 2 dozen. Well, almost 2 dozen eggs. What we're trying to do is make sure that we don't run out of eggs, because I guess in the next few weeks or days or whatever, whenever she decides, we're going to start taking eggs and incubating them. So we want to make sure we have enough to incubate. We need 22 eggs plus enough eggs to eat. So she's slowing down on how many eggs we eat per day. Usually I eat 4, she eats 3. We'll probably cut that down where I'm eating 3, she eats 2. The only reason we eat so many is, I guess, just so we don't start running over with eggs. But we could always, you know, supplement it with a little bacon. You know, we got lots of canned bacon, so we could eat a few cans of bacon, jars of bacon, until we have enough eggs stockpiled that we can take the 22 eggs, put them in the incubator. But eggs were $3 for a dozen. You could get 30. It wasn't that expensive. I wish I'd remember that price, but it wasn't that expensive. I wasn't like, man, that's outrageous. You get 18 eggs for like $4.50. So they weren't out of hand yet, and there were plenty of eggs. They weren't running out of eggs. I know one of the videos I watched the other day, they were out of eggs in the video at Walmart. The bag chicken I've been talking about, maybe we get some bag chicken and start canning this again this year until we decided to raise our own chicken. It's still at 49 cents. The video I watched the other day, I was telling you about, I watched the video, same video with the eggs. The chicken was 69 cents, so that's $6.90 for a bag of chicken, 10 pounds. Or at our store, it would be $4.90 for a 10-pound bag. So prices haven't went up on the chicken. So I'm feeling like Missouri's kind of missed another bullet. We just don't seem to be affected by this stuff for some reason. I don't get it. I mean, we keep waiting for it, but it just never happens. Now, we went by the gas station, I guess, on Friday. We always go to Dollar General on Friday. And then today we went to drove by to go to the grocery store. So this is our second trip for the week. We usually don't take 2 trips a week. And gas prices went up 20 cents over the weekend. So that was a pretty significant increase in price. That puts us at like $3.89 a gallon. So I think we're still the lowest in the nation, if I'm not mistaken. But we were at $3.90 something, then we went down to $3.40, and it's been creeping back up. So now we're at that $3.89. I'm still trying to analyze, is it worth going and getting propane and running the propane generator instead of the gasoline generator? So I've been calling regularly to see if we wanted to switch over on the generators. Well, they've been saying $14 to fill up a tank like this. Well, that puts us just over $4 in gas. So if we were to use this, the gas price would have to be over $4. Well, I went and filled up 6 of these for $72. Turns out they give a military discount. And so it was like just over $11 to fill this up. And so when I looked up propane cost, I mean actual market value here in the state of Missouri, they're charging military discount price the same price as market price. So they jack up the price for everybody else. So military discount means you're paying the same price as market value. My guess is they're not getting any profit out of that. I'm assuming that if they when they're selling $14, they add that into their profit, but they're taking that extra $3 out of their own profitability. That's my guess. So that brings this down to $11. So when I did the math and I checked how long it would run on this tank of gas, which is 3 hours, or 3 gallons of gas, because that's how long it would take to use 3 gallons. 30 gallons or 30 hours would take 3 gallons of gas. 30 hours to use 1 tank. They're exactly the same price right now. So running gas and running propane with the military discount is the same cost. So if gas prices go up any higher and propane stays the same, I guess I'll be running that new generator. I'd rather not run the new generator. I'm going to be honest. I'd rather just let it sit in there and wait until the old generator dies on me, which I do think is getting to the point where it's going to have to be replaced soon. I'm starting to use a lot of oil on that. It's always used oil. About every 50 hours, I would have to put in more oil. It would, the low oil shut off would shut it off around 50 hours. Well, it's not taking that long anymore. I would say about half of that, about 25 hours. I'm having to add more oil. I would assume getting on this last leg, but I'm just going to run it until it dies or until propane cost is cheaper than gasoline cost. I might still run that little old generator, I don't know, for different odds and ends. Might run it for the well, because the well it struggles with the well, the old one does. That well uses so much electricity that I don't want to wear out the new generator when I still got the old one. And it doesn't take a lot of gas to run that old generator. So I might run it just for the well, and then I'll run the propane one to charge the batteries. Now, the thing that's going to really kind of bite into all this is when we start running the incubator, I'm going to have to run the generator more. It's just inevitable. We're going to use more electricity throughout the night. So when I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I turn on my computer to do my videos, to edit my videos. There won't be enough electricity to run that, the refrigerator, and my computer. So what I'll do is I'll have to get up in the morning and I'll have to run the generator for a good hour, maybe an hour and a half, and then before I go to bed, I'm going to have to make sure I run it for an hour. We figured it up. It's going to be probably 4 gallons of gas. If we were to switch over to propane, that would be 1 tank of propane plus some of the next one. I don't know exactly how much, but it says it runs 30 hours on this, and we're going to have to run about 40 hours for the incubator, because it's a 21-day incubation cycle, and I got to run it 2 hours a day. I'm just kind of breaking down costs. I don't want this lifestyle to get so costly that we're not thinking about everything. It's easy to say, oh yeah, we're going to raise our own meat, check out all the savings, but you're not saving anything if you're running up all your gasoline costs, because the gasoline cost is so much higher than propane costs. I do a lot of this studying to make sure that we're staying within a reasonable budget. I mean, it's almost impossible to stay in budget now because inflation is just killing everybody. But you're always looking at the advantage. Where's the advantage? Where's the sale? And I'll tell you, that propane generator has really opened up a new door for us, because that gives us another option to look at. Whereas before it was just gas. We would have had to run gas, and the only way to save on gas is by not running it as much. So do we buy more batteries? Do we buy more solar panels? What are we going to do to make sure we get through the night? And so you're running up all your cost. Or I can run $11 on a propane. So $11 for 22 chickens, that's not too bad. If you go to the hatchery, they charge you about $2.50 per chicken. So you get 5 chickens, you're going to be over 11 bucks. Well, last time we bought 25 chickens, so whatever that was, I don't know, 70 bucks, whatever it was. I'm not doing the math. I'm sure somebody's going to do the math and tell me how wrong I'm at math, but I'm not trying to do the math. I'm just saying that 1 tank of propane is a lot cheaper than going to the hatchery. Again, looking at how we're going to analyze the cost, break it all down, and make sure that we're saving money. So even if we were running gas without the propane, we'd still be saving a considerable amount of money by hatching our own chickens. Now, here's the thing, is some of the chickens are not going to be as big as the chickens that we got at the hatchery, but in the end, it's not that big of a deal. Let's say they sold us a chicken for $1.50 instead of a chicken for $2.50. The gas price is still much cheaper, or the propane, either one. Cornish cross chickens that we had last year were so susceptible to dying. They couldn't walk by the time they were butcher time at 8 weeks. Well, I guess it was 10 weeks we butchered them. They weren't able to walk much anymore. One of them had broken their wing. I didn't even know it until I was butchering them, but apparently she tried to get up or something and broke her wing. They're just really unhealthy birds. Raising these birds, they're going to be able to stay away from predators a lot better because they'll be able to get away. So last year we lost one to a possum. He grabbed the wing in the chicken wire and was able to pull the wing off that chicken. So if you can check out this video right here, this up next box, that'll take you to my other channel. I'd really appreciate it. So I hope I can inspire you to analyze your cost so you can live your dream. Thanks for watching.